Welcome back, guys, to another army showcase. I'm very proud to share with you guys the Chaos Demon Tzeentch force. This is roughly 2,000 points, so it is a legal playable force. I have plans to add a couple more units, but as it stands, this is everything I wanted to share, or rather, it's a very good stopping point to share with you guys. So a lot of the models you've seen actually from the various Buckeye battle reports to my latest showcase videos, and I'm pretty proud of the army. It took roughly on and off 4 weeks of work. As you guys saw from my other videos, I was working on some Nurgle demon characters and working on terrain pieces as well. So let's just dive into the army. So we'll start with the humble Brimstone horrors. So these models, they're the epic 40,000 pink horrors. I got this idea from, I saw it a long time ago on Google. It was a Silver Tower, I guess, journey, and the painter used all of these old Hammer models, and he used the old pink horror models. So I'm very proud of how they turned out. This unit, I made them all red, just to make or add some color to the army. Here's the second unit, which you guys saw previously from my Buckeyes. I have roughly 3 more swarms of these guys to paint. I don't think they're gonna be worth a solo video just because the models are the same. But overall, I do think these guys capture the spirit and soul of what a Brimstone horror should be. So really proud to have both of them. In-game, they're fairly solid. I'll eventually do some in-depth videos for how the Tzeentch and Nurgle Chaos Demon units work in this edition. I think these guys for 38 points apiece are very solid. So if you play Tzeentch Demons, I highly recommend you get some for your core. To keep in line, we'll just look at the Tzeentch Furies. So you've seen at least 6 of these models. I believe actually these are the 6 original ones I posted for my Buckeyes Army progress. Again, I used the old Citadel Gargoyle models, and the wings come from the Dungeons and Dragon Sturges. Had to sculpt the gap in their backs before attaching the wings. So fairly straightforward, just some simple non-metallic on the swords. And the color, I made them a bit more leaning into the gray color because in my headcanon, they're not technically a servant of Tzeentch, like they're blessed by him, but they're not the blues, the pinks, or the flamers. Here's the second unit I have. Again, straightforward. I love the models. In game, I think Furies are amazing for Chaos Demon players. When you play against Bretonnia, though, and they have the Falcon Horn, these guys are kind of useless, but for the points you pay, they're amazing. In the way I play Tzeentch, they'll probably be marked with a different god, just because the Tzeentch mark does absolutely nothing for the Furies, because they're not wizards. There's no point to it. Moving along, I'm proud to share with you guys the blue horrors. So I actually managed to paint 10 this week. So here's the 1 unit of 10, and here's a second unit of 10. I think these models are fantastic, especially this little guy here. Just in love with this edition of blue horrors. I think, again, they're really goofy. They're very silly looking, but I feel that it captures the spirit of what these little gremlins do. And I think my actual favorite, I think I've shown him already, but he's the one, flicking you off. So this guy's usually the champion of the unit. So I run them in units of 10. They're pretty cheap for core. And the reason I like running them so cheap, it's because you just run them in a 10-man unit wide, and you get up to 20 shots. So they're pretty cool. They can't do squat in combat, but that's not why you have these little guys. So nothing too much to report onto them. Just have 20 of them. I have a couple more to paint, but I can't see myself running large blocks of these guys because I don't think they're meant to be played that way. Moving on to the special unit would be the Flamers of Tzeentch. Again, you've seen these guys from my Buckeye battle report and the army progress. So I do currently have 8 of them, and I have plans to add at least 5 more just because I have the models. Overall, I think they're fantastic in the game. Painting wise, I leaned a lot more into the red. So I should note the reason you see this blue and red combination is I believe in 6th edition when they released the Juan Diaz Metal Screamers. I saw one of them painted in this dark blue and the red and the primary colors. So this whole army's theme is following in suit with that. And I enjoy it. I think nowadays everyone paints Tzeentch in crazy rainbow colors, which I do love, but it's nice to have a unifying army color. So not too much to report onto the Flamers. I think they're straightforward. Lovely models. I love this edition of them. They do actually look like fungus floating balls of death. Game-wise, I think Flamers are very good, but also very expensive. So you have to know how to position them, when to use them. And just this unit here, if you make this the Exalted Flamer as a level 2, this is like almost, I think this is over 300 points just for 5 models. 2 wounds apiece, toughness 4. They're great, they're fun to play with, but I think they require a little bit of finesse and patience. Let's go on to the character. So this is, again, you probably saw it from the Buckeye video. This is the Tzeentch Herald on Burning Chariot, or it could count as a normal chariot of Tzeentch. So nothing too fancy about him. I think I talked in depth about it when I did share him the first time around. He just was 2 blue horror bodies I fused together. The arms from the tentacles from the Beast of Nurgle. In the flame, you can see one of the epic 40,000 pink horrors, and I sculpted around it. And yeah, just made his boils a bit different colored. So overall, and then the disc are the 1st edition disc of Tzeentch. I lean more to these manta ray looking ones. I think they're just really cool looking. So that's this character. Of course, you all saw the Demon Prince of Tzeentch. Very happy with how he came out. I think now that the army is much larger, he blends in pretty well, and he stands out because of the rainbow sword. And the colors still are unifying, but he has a lot more just added to him. So very fun model, and I'm going to be building a Warriors of Chaos Tzeentch army to go with him, so he can play both armies. Then we got the Lord of Change. Again, I had a whole video focusing on him, and I explained everything in detail, so don't have to go too much into detail, except that really happy with how he looks with his whole army behind him. I think he definitely stands out now, and just happy to be trucking through these armies. I already have 3 whole armies for the old world done, so hopefully I can wrap up one more and then take a small break. But here is now the regular chariot of Tzeentch, or the other burning chariot. This one I'm most proud of. I think it was the first one that I did. So he led the whole concept of my burning chariots. So once I figured out this works, I'm going to make one more of these actually. I think in game, the burning chariot is often overlooked, even in the previous edition. In this edition, he plays quite differently, but I think a lot of opponents don't expect the amount of support / killing power this model actually brings to the table. So if you do play Demons of Tzeentch, highly encourage you get at least 1 burning chariot. 190 points to me is not the most expensive investment for what this guy brings to the table. So yeah, one more time, a quick overview. Here's the whole army. Just really happy what came out. Sorry about that. Yeah, really, really happy. A lot more to test and play with this army. But to be honest, I probably will do one more Tzeentch character and one more chariot and a couple random one-offs. So I'll do showcases for the two characters, but after that, I pretty much will not be making another Tzeentch showcase video. I think this captures the overall look and feel of what you'll expect to see from my games if you do actually meet me or we play at an event locally. So I hope you guys enjoyed this showcase. I'm just super proud of it. I always love Tzeentch, so having both the Tzeentch and Nurgle forces together is a dream of mine, and I'm glad I managed to get both of them before the summer ends. So till then, I have a lot more to share, and hope you guys have a great weekend.